At the base of the Ozark Mountains lies a small town rich with history and architecture dating back over a century. Take a tour with us as we journey through historic downtown Ozark, Arkansas, as we look into how the transportation industry played a vital role in the history here in this small river town. The Ozark Railroad Depot has roots dating back to 1879 when the Fort Smith Little Rock Railroad was built through Ozark. The original railroad depot here in Ozark was east of the current location. The railroad in this area became a part of the St. Louis, Iron Mountain, and Southern Railroad, which was later absorbed by the Missouri Pacific Railroad system by 1910. This was also the same time period that the existing railroad depot located here in Ozark was built.
The depot would have been built in 1910. It replaced an older one that would have been just east of here. That was a board structure. This one is built out of Pennsylvania sandstone. Would have built in 1910. Probably replaced the old one because it was outdated, needed to update the museum. They would have been as many as 4 passenger trains come through here in a day's time.
The railroad was erected by one of the larger 20th century railroads in the state, and there was an increase in railroad traffic through Ozark at the time the current building was erected. Ozark was a major river port for the export of coal, yet at that period in history, larger boats such as barges transporting goods and materials could only travel a limited distance on the Arkansas River. This gave the railroad an advantage point here in Ozark.
I would think it would have helped the growth here in Ozark. Plus, Ozark is, at that time, was the further west that boats on the river could go, so that would have helped the railroad because they could have went on further through.
The railroad depot is one of the finest examples of a Craftsman Style load-bearing building in Ozark. Its history as a landmark here in Ozark remains to date. Currently, the depot is a museum containing a large assortment of interesting historical documents, pictures, and items for people to enjoy learning about the history of Ozark.